Okay, hello everyone. Yeah, welcome to this session, Acoustic Sensor Security. So I'm Alfred Chen from UC Irvine. I will be serving as your session chair for this session. So we'll have 4 talks for this session, of course, all under the theme of acoustic sensor attack and defense. And then it's actually a pretty balanced session, very interesting. We have 2 attacks, 2 defenses, and not only just on security, but also on privacy, on IP protection. So it's actually going to be very exciting, very comprehensive. So the first talk will be from Tianwei. So Tianwei is actually a assistant professor in NTU, Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. So he received his PhD from Princeton University, and he had a lot of papers, many top-tier ones across security, AI, system conferences. And then today he'll be talking about how to add a watermark into voices to defeat actually a lot of different kinds of voice cloning, like those attacks, right? So yeah, please take the stage.
Okay, thank you for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Tianwei from NTU Singapore, and today we are very happy to share our recent work about detection solution against voice cloning attack. This is a joint work between the University of Science and Technology of China and also NTU in Singapore. Because the first 2 authors cannot come here for the presentation due to some visa issues, so I will present on behalf of them. Okay. In this work, we mainly focus on the voice cloning technology. This is very interesting and also very popular solutions as a typical example of the generative AI. So basically, we can use the advanced generative AI models to generate a voice of arbitrary individuals for arbitrary content. And this solution actually has been widely adopted and commercialized for different purposes across different industries. So we can see a lot of videos with creative videos with different voices. And on the YouTube, we can also see more voice assistant services. And of course, we can also use this solution to create new sounds or new music for the entertainment. Okay, so the correct usage of the voice and all the timbre can actually benefit our life. However, if we misuse those voice, like for the unauthorized usage, this can also cause very severe violations of IP protection. So basically, we claim that the voice or the timbre of the voice is actually a very important IP for the individuals. The question we consider is how can we protect the rights of the timbres? Okay, so this is a question we want to address in our research. And we review existing solutions, which actually can be classified into 2 main categories. Okay. The first category is passive detection. So basically, this is more like the deepfake detection, and we try to consider this task as a binary classification. So we either use the machine learning models or feature analysis to check if a given audio is synthesized or from the real humans. Okay. However, those solutions have some limitations. So especially they actually have poor generalization and also credibility when they apply to the advanced voice cloning technology. In addition, even we figure out the voice is cloned illegally, we have no solutions to trace the original sources. Okay. The second types of the works try to proactively prevent the generation of the voice. So here, one typical example is that we can try to add some perturbations or noise in the voice before release them. And after that, because of voice, the malicious users are not able to generate or clone the voice as they desire. Okay. So, however, those solutions also have some limitations. For instance, in order to have good protection, we have to introduce a significant amount of voice, which actually can affect the normal functionality and also the quality of the voice. And also, it has poor generalization again against like the voice cloning, the latest voice cloning technology. And also, we are not be able to trace back the source of the malicious users. Okay, so in order to overcome those limitations, so we turn to another solution, which is a watermark. Okay, so this is actually not a new concept. Watermark has been widely used for the protection, IP protection of many multimedia. And here we consider watermark as a promising solution for the protection of the Timbre. Okay, so this slide shows like the overview of our solution. So basically, we try to embed a user-specific and a secret watermark message into the voice. And after that, we can safely release the voice to the public platforms like social media. And then, like any malicious users that try to download those voice without my permission to use that to train like the voice cloning models to generate arbitrary voices of my Timbre. Okay, so our purpose is that we are able to extract the watermarks from the generated voice and then use this watermark as an evidence for the forensics and also for the source attribution. Okay, so based on this general idea, we actually design an end-to-end solution for the watermark protection of the voice. Okay, so basically, this framework can be divided into two phases. Okay, the left one and the right one. The left one shows the watermark embedding. Okay, so in this phase, we try to embed the watermark message into the voice and then release the voice. And the right figure shows the second phase, which is watermark extraction. And this is for the verification purposes. Given a speech, we try to extract the watermark to see if like the watermark can be extractable. And then based on the watermark message, we are able to figure out the malicious users. Okay. So in order to achieve effective protection, the watermark framework needs to meet a couple of requirements, which is summarized as below. Okay, so first one is a time dimension independent. Okay, because after we embed the watermark into the audio and release it, okay, the adversary actually has like full control of the audios. He can perform a lot of like time-related operations to pre-process the audio. So we hope that our watermark is robust and it is like time independent, no matter how like it is modified and it is still existing in the audio. Okay. The second requirement is also related to robustness. We hope that our solution, our watermark, is robust against the voice cloning technology. So even like we embed watermarks in the original video, original audio, and after the training of the voice cloning models, any arbitrary voice generated from the model will still contain the watermark. Okay. The third requirement is fidelity, and this is also very important. We hope that the watermarked audio will be very similar and also indistinguishable from the original audios from the human ears, so it will not affect the normal functionality and also quality. Okay. So in order to meet all the three requirements, we make some innovative, introduce some innovative techniques. Okay. The first one, the slide shows how we embed the watermark into the audio. So basically, on the top row, from the left to the right, we first generate like an n-bit secret watermark, and then we use a watermark encoder to extract the features of the watermark. And also, given the protected audio, we perform the Fourier transformation to extract the frequency domain, the spectrogram. Okay? And because the spectrogram is more robust, and then we will try to embed the watermark message into the frequency domain. Okay? So we use a carrier encoder to get the features of the frequency domain. And then on the bottom, from the left to right, we concatenate the features or the watermark to the features of the frequency domain. Okay? And also, in order to achieve the time dimension independent, we actually repeat the features of the watermarks multiple times and then turn it from a vector to a matrix, and then we embed the matrix into the frequency domain, which means that at a different time, different moments, we are still able to see like the repetitions of the watermarks to make sure that it is time independent. Okay? And after that, we can use a watermark embedder to do the watermark embedding, and then we also perform the inverse, the last one, inverse Fourier transformation to transform from the watermarked frequency domain to the original audio. Okay. So this is the process of the watermark embedding. And similarly, for the watermark extraction, okay, given a watermark speech, we perform the Fourier transformation to get the spectrogram. And then we use a watermark extractor to extract the features of the possible watermarks. Because now this is like a matrix, and then we perform the average pooling to statistically get the average results, which can be further decoded to recover the n-bit watermarks. Okay. So this is the first goal we try to satisfy. Okay. In addition, so this will be the entire flow, okay, from the watermark embedding to the watermark extraction. Okay. So the second goal is to make the watermark robust against voice cloning. Okay. So we take a closer look into the common structures of the voice cloning architecture, which actually has three phases. The first one is the text processing, which try to get semantics of the given text. And then the second one is acoustic models, which are trying to generate the corresponding audio information from the text features. And the last one is a vocoder, which is to finalize the speech. Okay. So according to our results, so basically the vocoder actually introduces a lot of distortion or like the perturbations, which can possibly degrade the quality of the watermarks or even remove the watermarks. So in order to make our watermarks robust against this operation, we actually introduce a distortion layer, which is to simulate the possible operations in the vocoder. And then we can connect this distortion layer between the embedding and also extraction process to train all those components, to make sure that those components will be aware of those distortion layers and is able to overcome the possible distortions from the vocoder. Okay, this is our solution to address the second requirement. Okay. And the third requirement is fidelity. Okay. So fidelity is to ensure that there is high similarity between the original audio and also the watermarked audio. So we, inspired by the generative adversarial network, we actually introduced a discriminator, which is used to discriminate between the original audio and also the watermark audio. And this discriminator is also trained together with the watermark embedder and also watermark extractor. Okay. So those are the third technique we used to address the third requirements. Okay. And all right, so these are the basic ideas of our solution. And next, we give some brief results. Okay, so we actually have a lot of experiments and also findings, so you can find more detailed information in our paper. Okay. So basically, we consider like different types of targets, including like open source voice cloning models and also real world voice cloning APIs. And also we use some common data sets to test our framework. Okay. For the evaluations, we mainly adopt two metrics. Okay. For the fidelity, we introduce different types of metrics to measure the quality of the generated watermarked audio. And for the robustness, we use the bit recovery accuracy, ACC, to denote the accuracy of the watermark recovery. Okay. First one, we show the results of the fidelity testing. Okay. So the left figure shows the subjective experiments, which we actually involve 10 testers to rate and also to test the quality of the audios. Okay, the audios. So in this figure, the left one is the original, the rating is the original value audios, and the middle one is the watermark audio from our solution, and the last one is the audios from a baseline from another work. And we can see that from those 10 testers, our watermarked audio is very similar as original ones, but the baseline actually has a very different distributions. Okay. And the right figure shows the objective experiments, which we quantitatively measure the metrics. Okay, so here we consider 3 different metrics, quality metrics, and for each metrics, a larger value indicates like higher similarity between the 2 audios. And clearly, our solution actually gives the higher values for all the 3 metrics. Okay. The second perspective, we consider robustness evaluation. Okay, we also consider different types of robustness, possible operations, okay, which can threaten the robustness. The first one, we consider the possible operations which can performed by the attacker through the changes of a coder. Okay, there are different strategies for the attacker. Okay, attacker can try to use like the pre-trained vocoder, or he can try to use like a fine-tune vocoder to have a better quality, or he can use like a non-deep learning method. And here in the right table, we show the results for the 3 possible actions across 2 data sets. And we can see that for each case, our extraction accuracy is close to 100%, okay, which indicates that our solution is robust against the different types of the scenarios. Okay. And here we consider robustness against the processing distortions. Okay, so attacker, after getting the audio, he can also try to do some pre-processing. For instance, he can try to crop the audios. He can crop the front, crop the behind, or crop the middle. Okay, and the right figure shows the accuracy, the extraction accuracy, when the attacker crops different portions of the audio. We find that even he cropped like around 90% of audio, the accuracy can still maintain around 100%. And in addition to the cropping, we also test our solutions against other pre-processing operations, like the reshaping, like the compression, scaling, and also filtering, and also adding Gaussian noise. Okay, so the results show that we can all maintain very high accuracy across different operations in different scenarios. Okay, all right. So to conclude, we actually, for the first time, we introduced the concept of the timbre rights, and also propose to watermark the timbre for the IP protection. And we designed a new end-to-end framework for the watermarking of the voice to achieve both robustness and also fidelity. And also we perform very extensive experiments to validate those 2 properties actually can be satisfied by our solution. Okay, all right. So this is the end of the talk, and so here we also like have a project website to show the demos, and also the code is released here for the public usage. Thank you, and I was ready to take any questions you have.
Okay, so we have time for probably 1 question.
I have a question.
Sure.
Your watermark is robust, and if an attacker can modify the voice during the voice cloning to do some bad things,
Yeah.
and your watermark is robust, and so does the original owner will bear the responsibility for the bad thing?
This will be more like a legal like questions than the technical questions. So basically, in one possible scenario, because our watermark is actually provides like a source attribution functionality, which means that we are able to figure out the malicious users who try to abuse the audio. So in this case, the voice of the owner actually have the right to which means that the owner of the rights have the rights of the IP of his own voice, and when like other users try to use his voice, and then the owner is actually have the responsibility to play some like legal actions over the malicious users.
So you mean that the original owner will not have the responsibility to claim the ownership of the malicious voice,
Yeah, yeah.
even they are being cloned?
Yes. So it depends on the case. For instance, like if like the malicious user try to use like a voice of like a celebrity, and then in this case, like it specify like, okay, so this is a voice from like President Biden, and actually which is not clearly like President Biden will have the right to accuse of this action.
Okay. Yeah, I know there are more questions, but then we probably don't have time now. So yeah,
you can
please
discuss
feel free to,
offline.
talk with Tianwei offline. So yeah, let's thank the speaker again.
Thank you.